We're with Lauren Bennett from St Canice's at Katoomba. Lauren, how long have you been at St Canice's?
This is my third year at St Canice's, but actually when I was at primary school I went to St Canice's as a child, so I've sort of done the whole loop and I'm back again.
Have you noticed any differences?
A little bit, yes I have. The changes in location of library and things like that, but a couple of the same staff members are still there, so it's very exciting.
Well, let's talk about your learning and your teaching, and how's that different to when you went to St Canice's, and what are you doing with your students?
I think some of the main differences that have been happening in the school at the moment is just the focus on the open-ended learning tasks and really focusing on problem solving. And actually this year I've been working with the staff at St Canice's and Mark Gilliggs, the principal, in developing a problem solving continuum. So that has been a process that's happened just this year. So we had a look at some of the data from NAPLAN and a few other things and just discussion with staff, and found that the children were not using a range of different strategies when solving problems in mathematics, but then also integrated into other subjects as well.
All right, so you're giving them a line of sight for their whole schooling experience so they can see where they need to end and they get the continuity and build on, is that?
Yes, yes. So at the beginning of this year, we weren't sure what the problem-solving continuum was really going to look like or what it was even going to involve. But as the year sort of has progressed, we now have a continuum which has identified some main problem-solving strategies, like acting out, using logic, working backwards, that now the whole staff are aware of, and we have it going right from kindergarten to
So you built it from the ground up?
Yes, with reference to the syllabus and a few other sources and this collaboration with staff.
What difference has it made to your teaching?
It's really just allowed the students in the class to see the link from what they're doing with different problem-solving strategies and a new way of thinking.
So you've been working with your colleagues as well, they've come into this?
Yes, yes.
Have you noticed any change in their practice?
Yes, so within each classroom now we have poster displays that talks about the different strategies that we're working from. So teachers now refer to that in any lesson to say what strategies that they are doing in different key learning areas. And I think this having the stage meetings and staff meetings to get together and discuss different ways of thinking and looking at the students' work samples has really just enhanced teachers' understanding of the whole problem-solving process and even differences within ourselves.
So the teachers have been learning as well? Yes. What do you think the next stage is? Where do you want to go to next with this?
Well, we're really wanting to see how, now that we've looked at the data and looked at the assessments that the students have been doing, we've found some different gaps in what students have been doing. So for example, we did our problem solving assessment and found that some students were not using logic or working backwards, and it really highlighted the areas where students are doing well and the holes that we sort of need to be working on. So our next step has been to, well, how can we help those students to get a range of different problem-solving strategies to help them throughout their life. So we've been looking at thinking about different warm-ups that we can do focused on problem-solving activities, as well as upskilling staff on their own knowledge of different problem-solving strategies. And we're hoping to see from our next assessments some more improvements just to help back up what we've actually been seeing in class.
So you're enjoying the learning journey as well?
Yes, I think it's been great. It's a really positive experience and it's an ongoing process. And we're just at the beginning, but it's really exciting to know what's going to happen next.
Thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.